Hello, Eastern fans, and welcome to an outside edition of At the Half after 5 days of chill and rain. Thought we'd take advantage of being outside today, and I'm very happy to be joined by Eastern cheer and dance coach Julie Berardi. Julie, thanks for taking a couple minutes to chat with us.
Thanks for having me, Sean.
Julie, obviously a first-year program have its ups and downs. I'm sure there was some stress involved, but I thought your kids did an outstanding job and brought a lot to all of our events last year. Kind of talk about what you thought about your first year as the head coach of that first-year program in Eastern Cheer and Dance.
Well, thanks for saying that. It was definitely, tough to get things started, right. But we really focused on just building up the roster and getting athletes in uniforms, and then really focused on like what we would want for game day and establishing new traditions for Eastern game day and what that would look like. And then now this year we're building on that foundation and already starting to see new talent and new growth with the program in just a year, which is really exciting.
Awesome. Julie, now that you're in year two, you feel a little bit more comfortable with everything now that you've gone through a year of this?
Yes, feeling a lot more comfortable. I think all the dancers and cheerleaders are feeling more comfortable too. We've brought on quite a few new members.
Yes.
And like I said, we have a lot more talent to work with, so we're building on those skills from last year and trying to take everything to the next level and just make our game day presence even that much more exciting and entertaining for the fans.
And I know that you do bring back a lot of your core returners, a lot of the girls that I do recognize, and you do add some new talent. Kind of talk about how they're all meshing together here in the early stages of your season.
So far, everything has been awesome. Right. I would say, last year we had the unique position where everyone was new and there was no seniority, but I would say, all my second-year members have really stepped up into those leadership roles and have really helped to guide the new members and to help them, adapt to the team really quickly.
Awesome, awesome. What kind of goes into a practice for cheer and dance? I've walked through several times and I've watched you guys kind of working, but I've always kind of been fascinated about what goes in, because you guys do a lot of different routines, you're doing a lot of different music, you're always practicing something. Kind of talk about what goes into a typical day with cheer and dance practice.
Yeah, so obviously we have a substantial warm-up and stretch because there's a lot of flexibility involved and things like that, and we always try to work on skills if we have ample time, but then there's a lot of rehearsal. And that is preparing for games. So that's, dances, things that we do on the sidelines, cheers, tumbling, and stunting. So there's a lot of different elements that we have going on in the mix. And then just kind of like trying to always have new and fresh routines for every single performance and every single event. So it's always learning something new and kind of always getting it ready and then, entering a new routine into the mix. So they're kind of always having to juggle multiple routines at the same time.
And you kind of alluded to a little bit. Are we going to see some new things from your team this year? Or there's some other things you're going to incorporate now that you're in the second year? Kind of talk about what we're going to see from Eastern Cheer and Dance this year, whatever you want to go into with that.
Definitely going to see new things, more elite stunting. I know that might not necessarily resonate with everybody who's not familiar with cheer, but they'll be excited to see girls tossed in the air. And for us, it's preparing us for competition. So it's a great way to bring excitement to the crowd, but also prepare us for our hopefully journey to nationals at some point. So more elite stunting, and for the dancing side, just kind of continuing the traditions that we've created with our kick line and jump split, and just hopefully getting the fans to be excited and sort of know what to expect when they see them take the floor. Are
you guys going to do some competitions this year, or is that going to be more of a future kind of a thing? What's kind of the plan with that? Yeah,
so the plan this year is to start competing regionally and then hopefully take it to a national level next year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Julie, what are you kind of hoping coming out of this second year? A great first year, a really solid foundation. What are you looking here for year two for Eastern Cheer and Dance?
I really want the teams to have fun. I really want them to continue to bring that exciting atmosphere to all of our athletic events here at Eastern, especially now that we've added a football. I want them to get familiar with how that game day works and get excited for a full schedule next year. And I just want to keep building on skills, working on recruiting for a great roster for next year so that we're ready to compete and everyone feels really comfortable and confident with what game day looks like and also with their skills so that we can add competition to the mix, because cheer and dance are always going to be pulled in two different directions. One of them is being a support system for other teams, and then one of them is to be a competition team in their own right.
Of course.
So balancing that is always going to be difficult, and I want them to be ready for that.
When are we going to see cheer and dance for the first time this year? Is it going to be in basketball season? Is it going to be sometime this fall? When do we expect to see cheer and dance in action?
You're going to see them tomorrow.
Wonderful.
At the football scrimmage.
Awesome. It's going to be
Dance
fun.
team will be at the men's soccer game on Saturday.
Great.
And then you'll see us at basketball.
Love that.
Yeah.
Julie, thank you for taking a couple of minutes. Really appreciate your time. Now back to the game.